Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another review. Again, another external review. This one is on the Guncrafter No Name 45. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to verify. Obviously, the pistol is unloaded and clear. Okay, the magazine has a snap cap in it. No other ammunition, is present on the bench or in the magazine. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I want to show you, just give you a good look at the pistol, 360-degree view, if you will. Okay, beautiful gun. They did a great job. Okay, I do have a couple of small gripes, and we will get into those. I think that the pluses definitely outweigh the minuses that I have found. Okay, overall, I really enjoy the build quality of this pistol, and it is quite honestly the smoothest pistol I have ever racked. Okay, in my life. It's like glass. It really truly is. So we're going to talk about the gun. I'm going to take you from front to rear. Okay, starting at the front, I did have Guncrafter. I don't know how well of a shot I can get here. I do apologize. I did have them flush cut and bevel that barrel. Okay, they do use a thick flange bushing. One thing I really like, small attention to detail stuff, right? The plunger the recoil guide rod cap, recoil spring guide rod cap, is flush. Okay, if you can get a look at that, it just gives a real nice, clean, finished look to the front end of the gun. As we go through the gun, there are no sharp edges. Everything's broken. Everything's beveled. Okay. Everything has been addressed, so there are no sharp edges present on the pistol at all. All right. So moving back a little bit, obviously we have front cocking serrations. Some guys hate them, some guys love them, some guys like myself really don't give a crap. They have a purpose for sure. For a lefty, I think that they serve a little more utility when a right-handed shooter may go over the top of the gun to load. A right-handed shooter goes over the top of the gun. A lefty, if he's clearing a malfunction, is going to cover the ejection port so he can grab it up front and go to work in that manner. The sights are GI marked, Guncrafter marked sights. They're a ledge sight, tritium ledge sight, single dot rear, front tritium sight. Okay, look at that. And obviously that rear is a hook sight. Okay. Get a good look at that. Now the top strap is serrated. It's 15 LPI, so it's large, right? Comparatively speaking, normally they're 30 or 40, but the 15, it's a good looking gun, right? It's done well. The machining is very clean. Not a bunch of junk in there, right? They did a good job. I don't know how well, yeah, you can see that. They did a really nice job on that, okay? The slide stop has also been relieved and the frame beveled, right? Okay, look at the slide stop there. If you're a righty, this is a great slide stop. Very positive, gives you a lot of real estate, and it's not overly wide. If you're a lefty, this thing sucks ass. The reason is, a lefty with a high handhold, when firing, okay, I'm not trying, the finger, the knuckle of the trigger finger can impact that, causing premature slide lock. And for me, it was happening about 50% of the time. So that did get replaced. I contacted Guncrafter, sent the gun in for that issue and something else, and they're really not able to rectify that issue. So I asked them if I could replace that with another unit, and I have done so. This unit here, okay, the ledge is much less wide and it is mounted higher. We're not going to name names on that. I don't need to plug a product for a competitor when doing a review for a Guncrafter pistol, but I did get the specs for the pin diameter from Jason over there at Guncrafter, and made sure that pin was turned down for proper functioning. Okay, but if you're a righty, it's wonderful, absolutely. And it does everything it's supposed to do. Okay, Now the trigger fit is really, really nice, okay? One of the better that I've seen in the semi-customs. There's almost zero movement at all, and it runs very smoothly in its track, all right? The thumb safety, let's talk about that for a second. It's functional, right? It does what it's supposed to do. It goes on when you tell it to, it comes off when you tell it to. But if you notice, it's not super positive. And for me, that's one of my pet peeves. Triggers, anything that can possibly bind up the gun or make a gun feel like it's not as high quality as maybe it is. Now, most guys are never going to notice that this isn't as crisp as the other one that I did on the other video, okay? But it does its job. There's no issues there. It works very well. I just like them to be super positive on and off, okay? And this one it's a little easy to get on and off, but it gets there, no problem. It's not super light, so it's not really a big deal. The trigger on this gun, shall we say, is good, but not great, okay? It breaks right at 4 pounds, and on an average of 10, it'll go 314 to 4. So it's pretty concise in respect to its break weight. But sometimes you get a little front end creep, just a little, and then it breaks. Other times, it breaks clean, right? Reset's very good, okay? It's not great, it's not super positive, but it's not weak either. The trigger on this gun is good, okay? The rest of this gun, withstanding the safety issue I just talked about, not being super positive, the rest of the fitment of this gun is pretty remarkable, all right? And we'll talk a little more about that. Now, the beaver tail safety fitting, I'm gonna try to get a really good look at that. It was done really well, okay? The blending to the frame is done incredibly well to the tangs and to the grip portion of the frame. It's very nicely done. They did a really good job getting that done, and I appreciate that. That shows your quality, obviously. And it's one of those things, like I said in the last video, that when people are looking at these pistols, they kind of go right to. When I bought this pistol, I had no experience with serrated front straps, back straps. But because we can't get these in California, I kind of stuck with what's available, and I found this one for sale. And I decided to buy it. Kind of a, blind faith leap for me, I guess, because I'm very used to checkering, and I really am partial to it. However, I will say that my mind told me this would not be very positive. Actually, the opposite is true. It's incredibly positive. I've shot it in the rain. I've shot it while I'm sweaty as hell, and the gun doesn't go anywhere. It really keeps that gun in the hand while not abrading the hand at all. It's not coarse. It's not harsh on the hand. It's actually a pleasure to shoot, okay? Now, the magwell has been blended, and they do a pretty good job. Okay? But it's apparent to me when I examine it closely that the magwell is blended out of the gun and not while in the gun. I don't know how good of a look you can actually get at that. You can see there's a visual ledge there, okay, right there, between the magwell and the frame. Now, if it had been fit while in the gun, they would have blended that perfectly. However, in their defense, it's absolutely, completely, totally functional. And when you run your finger over it, you can't feel it. It's not something you can feel. It's not something the magazine's gonna hang up on. It's visual, and visual only, okay? Now, that being said, overall, they did a hell of a job on this gun. The trigger, okay, could use a little bit of work, I guess. The safety could be a little more positive, but those are really my only gripes. If we look at the barrel fit, it's not one of those semi-customs that you got to break loose. I mean, but it does pop out of battery. So listen, okay, it pops out. Okay, it pops out, but it's incredibly easy to get there. Okay, The frame and slide fits very tight. You grab it up front, there's the slightest amount of movement. It's almost not there, but you know, you can feel it just a little bit. And this gun also has about, I don't know, 1,500 total rounds out of it, so that can have something to do with it too, right? But when you run the slide, listen to this. This is incredible. It is like glass. This pistol is one of the only guns that you're going to run into that you cannot feel the disconnector on the way back. Okay, they did a hell of a job there. The last thing I really have to say on this pistol is in respect to the finish. When I sent it back and had them do this work, the barrel work and the blend on the mag well, it did need obviously to be refinished. So I had them refinish in QPQ melanite. And I don't know how well you can see it. It is incredibly well done. It's very evenly applied. I have not put the finish through its paces, okay? I haven't, but it's really good looking. It's not overly slick. Just a damn nice finish. Now, in respect to the smoothness of the firearm, I'm gonna demonstrate the pistol loading, okay? All right. Very smooth gun. We're gonna go ahead and do that again. Okay. Right. Now, I'll lock it open. Okay. The gun feeds incredibly smooth. Does everything it's supposed to do, and nothing it's not supposed to do. So if you guys have any questions about the pistol, want to know anything more about this particular pistol, look forward to the second video, which is an internal breakdown of the gun, where we're going to evaluate the internal fit of the components and look at wear patterns and things of that nature. And then we're going to take it out of the range and blast it. So that's video 3. Video 2 is the internal. Video 3 is the range session. So look forward to those. If you have any other comments, concerns, questions, bitches, gripes, complaints, either comment on the video, the post, go over to my Facebook page, ping me there, go to Cal Guns, ping me there at 1911 Whore. Always happy to answer questions, always giving the best advice that I'm capable based upon my hands-on experience. I'm never going to tell you that I heard something from a friend of a friend of a friend. I'm going to tell you whether I've experienced it and what my experience was. So again, go over to the Facebook page, Strategic Defensive Solutions, or the YouTube channel under the same name, and like and subscribe and engage in those posts. I do enjoy the commentary and the back and forth. If you have anything you want me to review, let me know, and we'll see if we can get that done. Dave, out.